Did you know our brain is hardwired to look for negative, difficult, or painful things? It's called a negativity bias. And in our processing system, any sort of difficult data gets priority processing. It's part of what's known as saliency. Our brain will prioritize difficult information because over the course of our evolution as a species, that's the type of data that kept us safe and alive. The difficulty is that now, as humans, we have a prefrontal cortex, and this prefrontal cortex spends a lot of time talking to itself. Our brain is like an internal symphony that's having internal conversations and only taking a little bit of the sensory data from the world around us into consideration at any given time. In fact, it's only taking about 10% of this moment right here, right now, that's right here, right now data into consideration when it's making sense of what you're even hearing in this video. Everything else is based on the past. 90% of the past is defining this moment. And our brain, again, is going to be looking out for difficult, painful stimuli, just in case there's something threatening out there that might hurt us. Because number one job of our brain is to keep us alive. But if our brain has encoded difficult, stressful, or traumatic experiences, then of course it's going to tag more experiences in our present moment as being difficult, painful, or stressful, because it has a higher saliency or a stronger filter for that type of information, which then can lead us into anxiety and depression, PTSD, low mood, stress, burnout, so many other things, largely because our brain is filtering this information through the negative, painful, difficult data that we've encoded and are still carrying with us. But again, it's all about our brain driving and striving to keep us safe and alive. So when we find ourselves ruminating on difficult thoughts, feelings, emotions, painful conversations, that's our brain saying this matters and it's going to be important for us to pay attention to so we can stay safe. So how do we help our brain let that past stuff go, actually heal that filter, so that our system knows that right here, right now, it doesn't need to be tagging this data in this present moment with painful stimuli? The main way to do that is that CPR for the amygdala exercise. And when we use it this way, our goal is to deepen our relationship with our mind and our body, specifically focusing on a part of our brain known as the insula. The insula is a hub of data about how our brain and our body are communicating information in any given moment. So if we're supposed to be hardwired to identify sensory data out here, but our brain is kind of mucking things up here, we need to strengthen the relationship between how our body and our brain are interpreting the sensory world around us. And the best way to do that is to schedule little moments throughout the course of your day to do an internal check-in. Basically turning inward for a quick moment and going, hey brain, hey body, how are we doing right now? Is there anything around us that feels off, different, scary, nerve-wracking, or even terrifying? Because our brain gets really good at readjusting our saliency for threat data and living in a threat state. So we want to help the system calm down by tuning in with an intention and then giving our brain love with that CPR for the amygdala exercise and clearing out our brain from any stimuli that it's chewing on or ruminating on or focusing on. And if you're not familiar with that CPR for the amygdala exercise, there's an entire playlist on this channel, so go check that out. We've linked it down below for you. What do you want your brain to link into in any moment of difficulty? Rather than fear, we can build courage and bravery. Rather than feeling weak, we can build strength. Our brain is highly pliable, and we just have to help it heal and then build.